Thank you for watching Meatsauce Monty. I'm Matt Montgomery. He's Paul Meatsauce Lambert. How was your Christmas?
It was great.
Great.
It was really fun. It was. I like spending time with my immediate family.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my family members are really weird.
Yeah.
But I think they think I'm weird. Like,
Really?
I made I don't know. My brother likes to call me out on some of the things I say. Like I had a couple of White Claws on Christmas Eve, and
You did or he did?
I did. And
Okay.
my
Trying to watch your figure? Or?
no, I can't get too hammered.
Okay.
And my cousin's got this brand new baby. He's like 4 months old.
Okay.
And when I turned, I was like, who's that little man? Like he looks like a little man, which is great. Like
Yeah.
he has features and he's got character.
Sure, he looks
and
like a
my
little
brother
old
next
guy.
to you, he's like, you went on for like 5 minutes about how your cousin is carrying around a little human being, like a person. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's inappropriate. I'm like, it's not inappropriate. It's funny. He didn't find it funny.
Anything can be funny. That's actually
But it was really great. Yeah.
good.
You?
It was wonderful. Yeah. Time with the kids, wife, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I like drinking wine with my dad, and then him and my brother team up on me.
Really?
My brother got these really nice LL Bean slippers.
Yeah.
And multiple times he'd go, quit looking at them. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he'd grab one and he'd be like, oh, hold on, it's the comfort calling. It's for you. And they just made fun of me for 2
Really?
hours. It was great.
Over slippers?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that surprises me. I've met your dad. I have not met your brother. I think that your dad would not gang up to go against you. I think he'd be on your side.
No.
Really?
They love
The other
ganging
way
up
around.
on me, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they like pointing out all my flaws and making fun of me. And
Interesting.
yeah, it was fun though.
So you get beat up at work. You get
Yeah.
beat up at home. Is this the only show
I
where
get
somebody
beat up at
actually
home.
treats you with respect? Oh, that was inappropriate.
You're the only one. You're the only person I really know that's actually nice to me.
Thank
that
you. I
work
appreciate
with.
that. See,
On the air.
I wear that-
I mean, off the air, all those guys are nice to me.
yes,
but on
I know
the
they
air,
are.
they're brutal.
Yeah. Well, this is your show, so why would anybody be mean to you?
I don't know.
Yeah. We could talk more holidays. We could talk New Year's. It's probably easier to talk about the holidays than it is to talk about the Vikings. I've given up. I've given up. Monday Night Football.
Why?
It was the worst game they've played in years.
Yeah, it was real
It was
bad.
a train wreck. Every single person looked absolutely horrible.
On
You
the
could go down
offense.
Yes, yeah. Defense just got worn out. The defense was fine for the most part, but how many yards did they give up on the ground game? Jones, 158,
Yeah,
two
yeah.
touchdowns. I know that one long play.
Which had a holding penalty on it. They didn't
I saw
call.
your tweet, yeah. But see, Adam Thielen is obviously not 100%. His routes, his targets,
Yeah.
0 receptions. That one run that they went for, that was a stupid play. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, other than the 3 turnovers they caused,
Yeah.
it was a stinker.
They
whole
were
thing.
out-coached. That's it. They were
That's what-
out-coached.
okay.
And they need a top-tier running back for that offense to work.
Okay.
They thought that they could do it with
Boone.
with Mike Boone. Mike Boone
Boone.
doesn't work.
No.
Mike Boone was great against San Diego, who's
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Yep.
You have to have a top-tier running back for that offense to work. It's that downhill blocking. It's that downhill play-action bootleg offense
Yeah.
that they've done all year. I mean, they go from, albeit a bad team in San Diego, destroying them, to laying this giant egg on Monday Night Football, and people
National
are going,
audience. Kirk
national
Cousins,
audience,
0
and
for
people are
9.
going. But the offensive line also played its worst game
Yeah.
of the year. A lot of it's on Kirk Cousins. You knew when he came out there and he's throwing it all over the place, but
Yeah.
then you see that awesome throw that he hits Diggs on, and you're going, "Where's that?"
Yeah.
that was a
great
was a
touchdown.
great
Yeah.
throw.
That might be the only really positive play
That's
of
the
the entire
only
game.
positive thing offensively. That
That-
defense has put in awful situations all game.
Later in the game, that deep touchdown pass that got negated.
That
for
yeah,
holding.
I didn't see that, but
Which-
the fact that they call holding on that, but they don't call holding on that long run,
Yeah.
is awful. I hope the Packers are going to be one and done. They're not a very good. They're a good football team. They're not an elite football team.
Well, if they're not elite, then what are we after they beat us 23-10?
True, but if you
At
take
home.
if you take the top 5 teams in the NFL,
Okay.
the San Francisco 49ers smoke the Packers.
Okay.
Baltimore would beat the Packers. The Patriots would beat the Packers. I mean, you go down the
Chiefs.
list. The Chiefs would beat them because they can. Packers don't score a lot of points.
Yeah.
It would be a bloodbath. But hey, they could get a number 1 seed, And then here we
Yeah,
are,
they could. Or
might be
two.
one and done a week from today.
Do you want to talk preposterous statement? Or
Sure.
I'll ask you to steal the common man, your coworker
Yeah.
who's been on our show before. Paul Charchian, another one of your colleagues,
Yeah.
he tweeted during the game that Mike Boone would be a starting running back for 10 different NFL teams. He named them all. You retweeted it.
Yeah, well, I was confident.
Were you making fun? Or
No,
were
I was
you-
confident, and I
You
trust
believe
a
that
lot
to
of
be true?
things Charch says.
Okay.
I do, because he puts in a lot of research, and he's one of the hardest working guys that I know besides Chris Hockey, but
Boone had
the
11
second-
carries
yeah.
for 28 yards.
they benched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He was
regretted
garbage.
retweeting that, but
He was garbage.
I'm not going back in and
Okay.
unretweeting it.
Okay.
You got to let it lie, but I thought it was. After the first drive, you're like, this guy can't do it.
No,
and,
right,
and you
that's
knew the
right.
game was over when they got a field goal when they had the ball on the 5-yard line. How they don't go to the end zone 3 times on a team that historically in this season is awful against tight ends.
Yeah.
And they didn't go to either of them. I don't know
Right.
why they didn't do any of that. It was a weird game.
Well, with that said, would you go after Kevin Stefanski at all with the play calling?
Yeah,
Now,
the
I
sta-
say this,
yeah.
like you're saying, great
Yeah.
example, in the red zone, not going to the tight ends. We hate the Monday Night Football crew almost as much as we hate Joe Buck. I speak we, as in
Yeah.
you and I. They questioned Stefanski's play calling. They're like, Booger was like, what are these calls? Like, he said that
Yeah.
more than once on the Monday night.
Yeah, I think multiple times. I mean that run on 4th down or 3rd down or whatever it was.
I think
the
it was
long
4th,
pass
going
on
for
4th and 4. You don't go for it
Oh.
on 4th and 1. You punt after
Yeah.
a timeout.
It was
just bad mismanagement from the whole thing. But it just shows, like any good sports team, any good team sport, when one of your best players is out, there's a ripple effect, and they couldn't recover from not having Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
They need Dalvin Cook for that offense to work. It's predicated on his running ability and what they can do off of that, and they can't with a running back that's awful like Mike Boone.
Predicated is a great word for you.
Thank you. I don't know if it's the right word, but I used
You
it.
used it,
Thank
and
you.
you just kept going. Your flow there, so smooth.
I've had a couple of days off. I've gotten some sleep.
You're
Slept till
energized.
8 a.m. and took a nap today
You're ready to rock.
and worked out.
Good for you.
Yeah.
See, are you ready for the new
I've
year?
taken this one Peloton class 3 times because the lady on it is so hot. And like we have this like weird connection, even though if she saw me in person, she'd be like, ugh.
You have this weird
And
connection.
how much I sweat in the warm-up, she'd be like, you're out of shape, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, but she wants you to keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the hook on the Peloton.
It works.
I totally lost where we were going to go with this. Conspiracy theory might be absolutely preposterous. Is there any way, shape, or form that the Vikings knew we're a 6th seed? We're really not playing for much. There's a chance if they were to win on Monday night, there was a chance that they could creep up, but then Green Bay would have to lose. There was a lot of other things that would have to happen. They pretty much knew, like let's just say 90%, they're going to be a 6th seed. They're going to be on the road. Is there any way that as we're sitting here ripping Stefanski, as we're ripping Zimmer, all this, maybe they just said, we're going to play it tight to the vest. We're not going to be crazy. We're not going to open up the playbook and do some weird stuff. We're going to do dumb stuff on 4th. We're going to do the quarterback, the Philly pass back. We're going to try those things so that we're not showing how valuable Dalvin would be because, they could have avoided Mike Boone. They could have tried more things. They could have been passing to the flats. They could have been doing bubble screens. They could have been going to tight end, but they didn't.
I love a good conspiracy theory, but I think that the Vikings had everything to play for because if you get the 5th seed, you get to play a very bad Dallas team or a very bad and wounded Eagles team. And they'd much rather do that because now the odds are, I think they're going to have to go to.
Don't give it away. We're going to talk about that around the league after we have.
But where they're going to go is somewhere that no one wins.
Yeah.
And they got a giant wide receiver that no one can stop. They don't want to go there. I think they just were outcoached and they were just, I think they got a little too excited and thought that they could beat this Green Bay team. And
I hate when they get a little too excited.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing.
That's sad.
Aaron Rodgers, on the night, 26 of 40, 216 yards, 1 interception, 0 TDs. We got 3 sacks on him. Was he that great? No.
He's not that good.
Yeah.
And I love how he,
You're like,
Oh,
no.
God. He said in his press conference that it was nice to win the division in a spot that booed him when he got hurt.
Yeah,
but he forgets that a bunch of redneck people with no teeth sent a bunch of death threats to Anthony Barr.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that. I don't like him because he's a Packer, but I just hate how smug he is. I hate everybody that's a fan. They're all smug.
Yeah.
And they're just arrogant. Like they They sent Anthony Barr death threats.
Yeah, for
like who
tackling
cares
somebody.
if he got booed? It's not
Yeah.
all of us. It's a bunch of drunks that booed you.
Yeah.
I hope they're one and done. I hope they get the 1 seed and then they get killed
And they lose at home.
by the Seahawks or they get beat. Yeah, they will be one and done. I would, if you could bet sports here at Mystic Lake, I would bet a ton of money they'd be one and done. They just can't keep up with a great offensive football team. They just can't. And they've beaten a lot of bad teams.
What did you think about after the game, the handshake between Mike Zimmer and Matt LaFleur? You don't read much. National radio was talking about the dead
about
fish.
Mike Zimmer. I agree with Mike. I agree with Mike a lot. I'm not a good loser.
Yeah.
And I don't like good losers. If you're a good loser, that means you like losing.
No, it doesn't
good
mean
losers, people are like, hey, great game, nice job. Forget that. No. Good losers they're losers. You don't want to be a loser.
See,
No. No. You don't want to lose.
Nobody wants to lose.
If he's like, hey, great game, man, nice job, screw that.
There's a difference between being a Richard and being
Richards win.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. People that are like, oh, great job, nice job, too bad, I'm glad you won. Screw that. You don't want any of that. No.
Do you think that's what the coaches say after the game when they go and shake hands and they reach and they're like, hey, I'm really glad you won.
No,
good job.
Screw that. You want somebody who's bothered that they lost. You don't want a head coach that's like, whatever.
So you're saying the dead fish is okay, just the...
Yeah,
All
and
right.
that's my bit. Mike Zimmer, get your own bit. But like, yeah, you don't want somebody who's just melancholy about a loss.
All right.
No, I hate people that are good losers. Screw that. If I ever had kids, which I probably won't, they would not be good losers.
You might someday.
I'm not a good loser.
If you have kids, you're going to get one that's going to be just like you. It's kind of the curse that everybody faces. You're going to get one of you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be an awful loser.
There you go.
I would breed a winner. I don't know why I hit my
Yeah, then you're like,
like I'm a cowboy.
Today we're taking on the Chicago Bears, noon game at home. Does this game mean anything?
No, it's a preseason game.
Is it a playoff tune-up?
It's a preseason game. Nobody will play.
Nothing.
No.
Worthless.
Kirk won't play.
Garbage time.
Nobody will play.
What about the Bears? They play for
No,
anything?
what do they care?
Their draft
pick. You
might
wanna
affect
know.
a couple
How about how the
spots?
line went from like 7.5 before the Packers game all the way down to 1 because they know nobody. You can't play Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't put anybody out there that's going to get hurt. It'll be Mannion will start at quarterback. Laquan Treadwell and another guy will be the 2 wide receivers. Boone will get the start at running back. It'll be all backups. And it should. Not that they've earned it, but you also, or maybe he's going to send a message and make some play.
Well, I was going to say, if you're going to be a 6 seed, you want to hit the playoffs running with momentum.
Yeah, but you also can't get anybody hurt.
I know you need health. But really, other than Dalvin Cook and probably Adam Thielen,
Cook won't play.
Those two, and then on defense, probably Barr and Kendricks.
Yeah,
you're going to want them to be 100%.
Yeah.
Everybody else, you want them.
Linval won't play.
Linval hungry.
Yeah, he won't play.
All right. We'll do our picks at the end of the show. Now, we're going to take care of some business, and then we're going to introduce Benchwarmer Bob Lurtsema here to the stage in just 1 minute. First, New Year's 2020. It's crystal clear this New Year's Eve will be one to remember. Celebrate the start of the year with free live music, dining specials, party favors, photos, and more. Come right here to Mystic Lake. It's the best place to be when the clock strikes midnight. Snow days. One lucky grand prize winner will hit the weekly jackpot. Each week's prize is guaranteed to be at least $5,000 free slot play, plus $1,000 free slot play is added to the jackpot for every inch of cumulative snowfall over the prior 6 days. All you need to do is swipe your Club M card here at Mystic Lake or Little Six from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursdays in January. There's going to be a big storm this weekend.
Is there really?
In fact, it's Thursday night light, Sunday morning. We could say there's already been a huge snowstorm
that
dumped
really?
a foot out in the western half of the state. Yeah, could be a foot of snow.
Ugh.
Then you want to come here to Mystic.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Swipe that card.
Get all those benefits.
There you go. All right, let's introduce Benchwarmer Bob Lurtsema to the stage.
Bob.
Sir, Bob Lurtsema. Is that better than Benchwarmer?
Yeah, hey.
See, now, how many accolades do you have that people see? You said the persona of Benchwarmer was after your career was done, but when you were a player, you were pretty dang good, right?
What? I don't know what you're on, but I want some of it.
You said you've got all these accolades, all these.
No, I was lucky enough. I did make All-Pro.
Yes.
And when I made All-Pro, of course, Bob Lilly was the other tackle. And I got more sacks than Brian Williams. And so when I was in New York, of course, that's when I had back-to-back double-digit sack seasons. But, you know, we never cared about sacks. It wasn't a big deal.
Sure.
It was just another play. And in my case, everybody got double teamed, nobody blocked me. So I went, yeah, another sack. That's how I got mine. But no, it was not that big a deal to have a sack. You were happy and you go to your teammates. So it was a little different, but man, we had fun back then. I was lucky enough, of course, to play 10 years with Francis Asbury Tarkenton.
You have his middle name in there.
Yes.
So you played with him in New York and then also here in Minnesota.
Correct.
That's why I said, did you follow him or did he follow you?
Oh, obviously he followed me. He said, hey, Lurtz, he said, you go to Minnesota, check it out again for me, and I might come back. I said, okay.
What's your favorite non-football story about Fran Tarkenton?
That you can tell on a Sunday morning show that we don't have to cut out.
You know, I called Kirk Cousins the other day.
Yeah.
Because I saw him at Dunkers, and I said, you know, you're a lot like Fran Tarkenton. Your father was a minister.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, do you ever talk to him? And Cousins said, I just talked to him yesterday. And I went, I don't believe this. But the thing with Tarkenton, when he was in New York, we had a little group that we hung together, and then we'd have these special parties. And then he'd bring us all down to Atlanta. So we get down to Atlanta, and he picking up everything, but then he holds court. And this is Tarkenton, right? You got all the money, he holds court, brings in photographers, cuts his show, and makes us pay for what we were drinking or eating. He was the cheapest guy you ever want to know. That's why Francis Asbury Tarkenton.
So you are quite the salesperson. Not only the persona of the commercials afterward, but as we're sitting here at Mystic, you've got a crowd around you, you've got bobbleheads, you've got all this stuff. What is your favorite memory post-football? I mean, we're sitting here, pro wrestling? How did you get pulled into pro wrestling?
AWA.
The AWA, that's right.
Wrestling.
Vern Gagne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did a lot of promotions with Vern, so we did some stuff down in Rochester. That's where he filmed all his
Paul
wrestling
doesn't know where
shows.
Rochester is. It's outside the metro.
North.
Yeah, close.
East, isn't it?
I don't know.
Southeast.
There you go.
So, so I met Vern there, and he said, would you like to try it? And I'm doing different stuff with the Destruction Crew and the Crusher and all that.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm the official. That's how he starts off. Just officiate. Well, I officiate the game. Next thing I know, I'm out of the ring. They pick me up.
Throwing you around?
Throw me, not around, out. You know, but they have mats all the way around the ring on the outside. And I said, I don't know if this is that much fun, but I loved it. And then we did a big deal down at the Met. We had like 35,000 people show up for that. And that was it was really big down there, AWA.
You ever run into Ric Flair doing that?
Yeah.
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 He was pretty good.
Yeah. You know the part that I put back on Flair, I gave him the claw.
Oh, yeah,
So
really?
the claw was the claw. I said, you're making me mad. He comes in, I go, yeah, like this. He goes, you know.
Yeah.
Because he knew I was working with a claw, so, but, you know, the professional claw. So he stopped in his tracks. I mean, it was so much fun doing that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Johnny Carson, one of the most famous late night show hosts ever. You got to be on there, and didn't you you were doing some drill? You were doing like up downs and rolling and barrel roll and all that stuff. What was that like?
Johnny Carson is the neatest person you ever want to meet.
Yeah, I bet.
No, truly. I mean, God bless him. He was the best ever to be on, I think.
Our show is okay, but his show, you know, it's a little bit.
I said almost the best.
I appreciate it.
I covered that. But he's even out there and he's whispering, we're putting him through these drills. You're trying to make a fool of me? I went, yeah. He goes, keep it up, you're doing a good job.
Brilliant.
But we did, what we did, we had we go through the tires, you do the tire drill, and then they had three of us where we'd roll, and the other guy would roll over the top of them and then roll over.
Yep.
And I think you guys have done that.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yep.
And Carson, he ran into us and thought he worried about us getting hurt. We just crushed him.
That's brilliant. That's a great
I was the
story.
lightest guy at 255.
Yeah.
We had 290 and then 285.
And Johnny
Yeah.
Carson was
That's
probably
awesome.
maybe a $165. He wasn't very big.
No, he wasn't very big. But you know, the guy who was really old, Carson wasn't that old, was Ed Sullivan.
Oh, sure.
I was on the Ed Sullivan show out there as well, and if he smiled, he would have cracked his makeup. I mean, Sullivan, he had so much makeup on.
Oh, funny.
And we went on there and we had the Jets. We had 5 New York Jets, 5 New York Giants, and then LA was out there, Freddie Dryer.
Yeah.
So he was in town to play one of us. So there, we just had those 3 teams covered. So we sang, we're pitching an album by all NFL teams, you know, Christmas carols. So we're up there going, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. And then they do a picture of some guy getting his teeth knocked out. You know, all this, and then they go back to us singing, yeah, all I want, another
That's
shot.
brilliant.
Oh, man. But we had so much fun doing it.
I bet, yeah.
It seems like you're having fun everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
I think you are. Bob Lurtsema, thank you so much for your time. We love you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank
Good to
you.
meet you.
You're the best.
Special thanks to Bob Lurtsema. That man is a treasure. The Man in Black, Sean Barker, stars in The Man in Black, a tribute to Johnny Cash, an accurate and energetic recreation of an American music icon. He's bringing the legendary Johnny Cash back to life. Strikingly similar looks, voice, and spot-on mannerisms. Barker delivers Cash's raw prowess and signature sound to the stage. He'll be singing Walk the Line, Ring of Fire, Hurt, and many others. Going to check that out right here at Mystic Lake, The Man in Black. You see those pictures? He looks just like...
I thought it was.
It was, yeah.
I'm
it's
like, well.
pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's sweet.
It'll be cool.
Good
Should be a
for
good
him.
show. Around the league, let's do some NFL talk, shall we?
All right.
So, Vikings are going to be on the road either against Seattle or against New Orleans. They're the 6th seed.
Yeah.
If you could choose, which one would you go to? Both of them are hard to win at, either in Seattle or New Orleans. If you had a choice, where do you go?
I go to Seattle.
Yeah, I would too.
I go to Seattle now. Some people go, well, I don't want to go to Seattle because there possibly could be bad weather. But that Seattle team's really banged up.
Yeah, well, Chris Carson
And
out.
we could have, I don't know. I think if we play him again, we can beat him. I think the Saints are going to go to the Super Bowl. They almost did last year. It's better than the Packers. You think of it that way. It's better than
but
the
it's
Packers.
still.
But I'd hate to go to New Orleans. They never lose down there.
Yep, they don't.
It would be really tough for us to win down there, but I'd rather go to Seattle. We've been there more recently. It'd be a fun game. Is it the only way we play Green Bay is if they lose?
Oh boy, the only way we play Green Bay is, I think it involves like the San Francisco tie.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
something really
So,
weird.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's very minuscule.
Got it.
Speaking of Seattle, Chris Carson's out with that hip injury. Beast mode. Marshawn Lynch
Yeah.
is back.
Yeah.
Is that cool? Is that like, oh man, it shows maybe they're vulnerable. The man hasn't played for a year. He's probably still okay. Analysts are saying he was the top free agent that was still available.
But he wasn't. But
He's
people-
beast mode. Come
but
on.
There've been a lot of teams that have been in need of a running back,
And they've passed.
and he's never signed on to a team. Now, that could be him going, well, I don't want to play unless it's Seattle, but
Yeah.
he would have been in, a league that is dying for running backs, he would have gotten a shot somewhere else.
Okay. Do you think that makes them more vulnerable,
Yeah.
especially to a team like the Vikings?
I think
with
it makes
a
them
stronger
extremely
defense?
vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think they could, I don't know, I think whoever they play, even if Seattle gets could they get the 1 seed if they win?
You're asking me?
I mean, I don't know,
The
but let's
odds?
just say
the chances.
I don't know. I think
San
I think
Francisco.
they'll
Could they
lose.
shoot up to a 1?
San Francisco will, no, because I think
No,
if
they'd have to leapfrog New Orleans.
San
then.
Francisco
Yeah.
loses, Green Bay's the 1 seed.
Yeah. Yep.
So go 49ers.
Go 49ers. All right. AFC playoff picture. Your favorite team, the New England Patriots. You love those guys.
Yeah.
They're the number 2 seed right now.
Yeah.
But they are hosting Miami. Number 3, Kansas City, is playing the LA Chargers. Do you think New England will lose home field advantage and getting a bye with that 2 seed? If they
No.
lose and Kansas City wins against the Chargers, they flip-flop.
No, there'll be multiple reasons they won't.
You don't think they'll lose to Miami?
No, they're like 14-point favorites.
Okay.
Miami's got nothing to play for, and the league won't allow it.
So the team that you love the most is going to remain.
and they'll be
have-
one and done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What team do you think is going to make it out of the AFC? They've got.
Baltimore.
No, I'm saying. to make their last wild card spot. You got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. It's either going to be Tennessee, the Steelers, or the Raiders. The Steelers are taking on Baltimore. The Raiders, to make it, they need a lot of help. They need the Titans to lose, the Steelers to lose, and the Jags to lose.
I think if the Titans win, they're in, right?
That's right.
Then the Titans will.
But they're on the road against Houston.
Yeah, but they'll
division rival.
They'll
Houston's
get Henry
making
back. I don't think Houston has anything to play for.
So you think Houston's going to be resting?
Deshaun Watson's already basically hinted that he's not playing.
Little rest time.
Yeah, and they'll get
You're
Derrick
gonna go
Henry
Titans.
back, and Derrick Henry will run through a second-tier defense.
All right. Rarely do we get a chance to talk about your Golden Gophers, your favorite team.
Yeah.
The Outback Bowl is happening here on New Year's Day.
Yep.
Gophers 10-2 on the season, number 18. Auburn, number 12, 9-3. Two of Auburn's losses were in the last 5 weeks of the season to number 4 Georgia at the time. They lost 21-14. Number 2 LSU, they lost 23-20.
And I think they lost Alabama by 3.
I think they beat Alabama.
No,
didn't
I think they lost
that.
Alabama
That was a
by
shootout,
like 3,
40 something.
Yeah.
So their 3 losses are
Yeah.
Alabama, LSU.
I think by 10 points.
Okay, so how do you think the Gophers do at the Outback Bowl down in Florida?
They get killed. I mean, they do. They got the 2 defensive tackles for Auburn that are really good are playing.
Yeah.
The one, the
get
Kamal
killed.
Martin, the
I
linebacker for Minnesota is not playing. He's one of their better players. They get smoked.
Yeah.
This Auburn team's real good.
Do you think it'll be 20 or 30 points?
Nah, it'll be.
You think they're going to rub their nose in it?
I mean, the Auburn team's going. Really?
You're making us play
That's
these
who we're
guys?
playing? I mean, it'll be
Ouch.
10 plus.
10 plus.
Yeah.
You got money on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I always bet against.
Yeah, betting makes things more interesting. Isn't that what you say?
Yeah, money's the best.
Yeah. You want more cheddar.
Yeah.
Got to get to Vegas, right?
Yep.
So the Vikings game. Let's do our picks. I will pick the Vikings to beat Chicago.
Yeah.
I think it's a game that means absolutely zip, zero, zilch. I'm still going to pick them to win. Hopefully some momentum to finish out the season.
I think the Bears will win now that they. I mean, the Vikings have nothing to play for.
Other than momentum.
Yeah, the game doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but what you said before about being a loser. If the Vikings lose
but
this,
they are
they're losers.
According to you, they're done. So what does it matter what they do?
Well, I might as well still cheer for them.
Yeah, I'll cheer
That's what
for
a
them.
true Vikings
I'm going to
fan
be
does.
there. It'll be fun.
All right.
Yeah, I
You're
can't
going to be
wait.
there. But
Yeah.
you get paid to be there. You work.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
Good
else?
Food, and I get to see Bob.
Yeah. Benchwarmer Bob. He's
Yeah.
the man.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it. Next week, our last show of the year.
What?
Special thanks to Mystic. We love these guys.
Yeah.
Ben Lieber, your close personal friend, he's going to be our guest.
Really?
I think we're going to have him on the whole show. We might as well just.
Yeah, he's
It's going to be
great.
post-mortem probably
Yeah.
anyway. We'll just rip it apart and,
Yeah.
go for it.
Sounds good.
All right, Ben Lieber next week. Bye.